How can I struggle with perfection when all I feel is chaos around me?
2 weeks ago, my family and I traveled for the first time as a family of 6.
Bessie, what is this thing?
I don't know what it is.
It's like a weird loop-de-loop.
It was a beautiful experience. I was so happy to get my kids out of our neighborhood and out and exploring and doing something new.
Sweet. Good job, boys.
If I could be completely honest, I was extremely anxious about this trip. I was worried about my ability to pull everything together and make this a successful event.
I can see the whole city from here.
Most days, I feel like I'm barely holding it together and like I'm putting out fires. And so adding a trip to my life felt like adding fuel to an already open flame. The trip was a success, but as far as my performance, this was a huge blow to my self-esteem.
Like, I work really hard to keep things afloat in this family, and I feel like for the last year, I've just been kind of like in survival mode. So, I don't know, just putting out fires, and I don't know, I just feel like for as hard as I work, I would really like my home to reflect the efforts that I put into my family and taking care of this house, and I feel like it doesn't. I feel like every time we have visitors, it's always like a train wreck. There are some areas of my home that I feel like I hardly ever get to address, and in terms of energy, there's just not much more that I can give to homemaking. But I would like to believe that the energy and effort that I'm putting in, that if I find a way to maximize it, that I can do this and I can be a little happier with just with the way how things are going.
This was not the first time that I felt like sad or frustrated or defeated, but goodness, I was having a hard time bouncing back from it this time. The day that I recorded this video, I thought that I was having an issue with homemaking. I've never been one of those people that are just naturally organized and know exactly what to do to run a home, and so I was desperate to do something better. I truly believe that God hears our prayers. Sometimes it's when we're in these humble points in our lives that we can be open and receptive to His message. This day, I happened to come across another video related to FLYLADY. FLYLADY, FLYLADY, FLYLADY. Prior to this moment, I've never given FLYLADY a second thought because I've always associated her with ladies who have perfect homes, and I always felt like if I'm struggling like this, there's no way I could be successful on her plan. But this day, something just told me to give her a chance. When I got the book, the first thing that she asked us to do was shine our sinks. Initially, I was planning to start my FLYLADY journey the following week. At this time, we had several guests in our home, and I didn't think that it would be possible for me to start a new cleaning routine with so many people in the house. This baby step sounded so easy, and I desperately wanted to experience that sense of joy and accomplishment that she promised I would feel, so I just decided to go with it and to get started. You may be wondering why there are so many dirty dishes outside of the sink. Well, that's exactly what she told me to do. She said, "I didn't tell you to do the dishes. I just told you to shine your sink and keep it that way. Your dishes have to find a new home." The second baby step that she suggested was getting dressed every morning, all the way down to lace-up shoes. These shoes were supposed to give us that extra push to get things done. I also started implementing many of her very easy and simple to follow baby steps, including the swish and swipe, clearing and protecting hot zones, the 27 fleeing boogie, and zone cleaning. Zone cleaning was one of the steps that made me the most nervous. I always associated zone cleaning, once again, with lists of things that needed to get done and ladies who had perfect homes. I always felt like, how can I do this extreme detail cleaning when it looks like the rest of my house has been in an explosion? But I get it now, and for 15 minutes of work, zone cleaning has been extremely productive, and it has really helped me just move forward on a lot of the goals that have been frustrating me. One by one, I've just seen so many things get checked off of my to-do list. The best way to describe it is, it feels like I have just been this tightly blown up balloon, and every little productive thing that I do just helps release that tension, and I just feel better and better and better. After reading this book, I realized that I had a problem with perfectionism. At first, when the author mentioned this, I was like, there's no way. How can I struggle with perfectionism when all I feel is chaos around me? But I guess perfectionism can take on many different forms. For example, being super hard on yourself when you feel like things are not meeting your expectations, and more than likely your expectations are unrealistic, so you'll never meet your expectations. And you rarely feel that sense of accomplishment that most people feel from time to time. Another way that it can manifest is feeling like you never have time to do anything. But according to the author, the issue is not that we don't have time. We just don't feel like we have the time to do it properly. And so instead of addressing issues head on, we would rather just wait and wait and wait until we feel like this is the perfect time to do it. But as I learned with my experience, that perfect time never comes, and things can start to build up on you and make you feel even worse. I'm so sorry to go MIA on you guys. I know many of you have been asking about when I would post my next video. So here it is. This is what I've been up to. And starting my journey with FLYLADY has truly been an experience of healing and recovering, and I'm just feeling so awesome, you guys. So I bet you guys all want to know, is my home perfect now? Of course not. There's so many things that still need to get done, but I am learning to have way more grace for myself and to give myself a pat on the back for the things that I am accomplishing and the things that I am getting done. I can't believe that 2 weeks ago I thought I had reached my breaking point. By learning to recognize perfectionism and move on right past it, it's really shown me that I am capable of so much more. Initially, I didn't want to share this story, but the more I went through this process, I realized that I'm not the only one struggling with perfectionism, and I thought I would use my story to possibly shine a light on it to help someone else. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.